This beside me is the all-new third generation Range Rover Sport, and Car Sales has been given exclusive access to the big luxury SUV ahead of its Q4 launch in Australia. I think it's best we have a look around. Now, for you geeks out there, this has been developed under the L461 code name. And it's been developed and designed under the mantra of reductive modernism. Now, what does that mean? Well, it kind of means that the whole design of this luxury SUV has been kind of simplified, so there's no sort of messiness. And although it might look a little slab-sided to me from this angle, I mean, you've just got these clean lines. There's no swirliness down the bodywork. It's simple, it's modern, it's clean. It kind of looks quite cool, especially in this weird Firenze red, it just pops. This also has a dynamic pack, so it gets this sort of black gloss elements, it gets the black wheels, and it gets the black roof. Got to talk about the cabin. Actually, no, we won't. We'll talk about the back of the car first. I mean, while the front looks really, really evolutionary, at the back of the car you can see some of the differences. Again, it's really, really modern and simple and clean, and there's no wiper there, and there's no big graphics, but what do you guys think? It's a big improvement from the, can you believe this? The current car is 9 years old and it's still a bestseller in some markets. Right, now it's time to have a look at the cabin. So within the cabin, again, this reductive modernism, I'm beginning to hate that phrase, continues. And it just means it's a lot cleaner in here, a lot simpler, minimalist, all the usual. Vegan leather, which feels nice and quite convincing. There's also some big differences beside the normal Range Rover, which, remember, the Range Rover, the all-new one, has only just been unveiled about 5 months ago, and we've already got the Sport. So differences are, it's got this raised sort of console here, and it's tried to make the driver feel more like he's in a driver-focused cabin, because remember, this is a sporty one, heavily bolstered seats. This centre console also rises up a bit, and it's got this big 13.1 inch infotainment, PV Pro, whatever. It does all the usual things, connective. The sound system in this thing is awesome. It's got 29 speakers and 1,460 watts. It's huge, it's massive. It's also got the clever trick headrests from the Range Rover that do noise cancellation when you're cruising, and also does some really irritating sounding thing of replicating the intake and the exhaust and makes it sound more sporty in here, which sounds awful, but might work. I haven't tried it yet. Other things to point out in here, yeah, I mean, the fit and finish design, exemplary. It just moves and closes the gap between this car and an S-Class. In the back of the Range Rover Sport, there is more legroom, there's more headroom, and there's more knee room, despite the fact that the car is around the same size as the outgoing car, although it's on a new platform, and it's probably best we speak about that. Okay, so the third gen Range Rover Sport is based on Jaguar Land Rover's MLA platform, and in this case it's around 35% stiffer than the previous car. They say that level of stiffness is now approaching sports cars, and it will have some serious power. From launch it's going to have like a 390 kilowatt V8, but most people in Europe and in sort of markets where COT is a problem will be buying the plug-in hybrids. There's going to be two, and the flagship version has 375 kilowatts and 700 newton meters of torque, and that enables it to sprint to 100 kilometers per hour in around 5.4 seconds. But the beauty of the plug-in hybrid tech is it has a 113 kilometer pure electric range. So for most people, they say 90% of journeys will be used without having to use a single litre of petrol or diesel. So other things to mention about this car is the new platform brings some new chassis tech. So it now has dual chamber air suspension and these two-way Bilstein dampers. Check out these, by the way, 23-inch wheels. That's absolutely huge, and I don't think they look very good in gloss black. Anyway, there'll also be a Stormer performance pack sort of handling upgrade thing, and that will add active anti-roll bars that will stiffen up. It will add bigger brakes. These also have four-wheel steering, which helps improve high-speed stability and agility around town. So as you can tell, there's plenty of tech. Almost forgot the headlamps. There's these trick headlamps that can identify 16 objects in the bush and sort of blank them out so you never have to go off main beam. Technological tour de France. When it arrives in Australia in Q4 of 2022, we're expecting a bit of a price premium over the $120,000 it's currently charges for the sort of the base model. Expected to be available in Australia in the HSE, the Autobiography and the first edition. But yeah, we just want to drive it because Land Rover are claiming it's going to be a huge improvement in dynamics, comfort, efficiency, power, performance, everything, because this is going to be a big step up. Looking forward to it.